Well, the former governor of Zamfara State, Ahmad Yerima, today met with women groups in Abuja in ongoing consultations over his 2023 presidential bid. At the meeting with the women wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria from the 19 northern states, Senator Yerima promised to work with them to ensure unity and progress of the country. Prayers were held for peace in the country as they encouraged the former governor to pursue his ambition and continue to carry the women along during his campaign.
Endorse my aspiration, and they are ready to work with me and partner with me to ensure that not only I'm successful, but even if by the grace of God I become the president, we're going to work together to ensure the unity, progress of this country. A good leader has to be fair and just and equitable to all Nigerians, not only the Christian or Muslims, but every religious person will have peace and stability and development for all of us.
All right. That's you.
Well, to discuss this development, we're joined by Ahmad Yerima, the former governor of Zamfara State and the 2023 presidential aspirant. Glad to have you join us on Newsnight. Let's start with your state, events playing out there. Governor Masawale, of course, moved into APC. Just recently, today, the deputy was impeached. What do you make of everything that led to his impeachment?
Well, you see, it's part of political development in this country. Political parties are formed and elections are conducted based on political parties. The governor moved to APC and the deputy governor remained in his party. And you know there is not going to be peace and stability and harmony between the two of them if they are belonging to two different political parties. So that was what necessitated the change, because the deputy governor came out to say he's now the leader of PDP in Zamfara State, while there's another leader of APC in Zamfara State. So you see they cannot work together as governor and deputy. The constitution is very clear. The deputy governor is just like a spare tire of a car. Oh yes, he has no functions. The constitution clearly stipulates that his role and functions are assigned to him by the governor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, that's understandable.
It was just the phrase
you know,
you used that made me say really spare tire.
Yes.
Well, the time always comes when the spare tire is very, very, useful.
Yes. Yeah.
But I mean, when you say it's part of the development of democracy, I mean, is it developing forward or backward? And speaking of which, you've been accused of, being involved in fueling the crisis and the feud among APC members in Zamfara State. How do you react to that?
Well, as a leader, whenever there is any crisis, leaders normally get bashes. Since 1999, 98, I was leading the APP group that won election in 1999. In 2000, I became the governor. In 2003, I recontested and became the governor for second term. And in 2007, I endorsed the only governor that endorsed his deputy. And he won election and became the governor. But we parted ways. He left the party and moved to PDP. And we recovered through the election. And Yadi became the governor. So, of course, I left 2007 and went to Senate. And since then, I have been in the field. And till today, I'm in the field. So whatever happens in Zamfara, I cannot rule out being blamed for whatever as a leader.
So
even whether I know something,
taking responsibility for the crisis there, even including the impeachment of the deputy governor.
No, you see, I cannot.
So, I mean, if he were in the APC, this would not have been happening.
That's what I said.
He wouldn't have been impeached.
Does
that mean governance is not necessarily about the people? The delivery of deliverables?
No, political parties in Nigeria are not based on ideology. There are an assembly of group of people who share some seemingly common interests. So when those interests are no longer common, they are divided, you can't have stability in the system. That's why...
All right, before we get to your presidential ambition, it's interesting you talked about Christian Association, and you said there in that video that the president should not be for one part of the nation or the other, or one religious leaning or the other. But before we go there, let me just put this question across to you. One of your party leaders, I don't know whether to call him your party leader, in Zamfara, Marafa,
yeah.
He's in court. He says they were not allowed to buy forms, and that the governor, Matawale's faction, that's what he calls it, should not have done that. Speak to that. What's really the issue there? Is Marafa not right, or is he wrong? Should he have been stopped from buying forms to contest the primaries?
Well, you see, there was no primaries anyway. It's Congress that took place.
Sorry, yeah.
But Congress were organized by the National Secretariat, and forms were sold by the National Secretariat. A state chapter cannot stop anybody from buying forms. So if the party APC said anybody who wants to participate in congresses should go and pay money and get a bank draft and get to the National Secretariat and get his form, I cannot see Marafa Group or any other person paying money, having his bank draft in his hand, and the party will not sell form to him. But Marafa has claimed that, and therefore if he has his valid bank draft and purchased from the bank, and the party refused to sell form to him, then he has every right to seek for redress in the court. And I'm sure he has gone to court, and court is going to determine whether actually APC refused to sell form to him.
March 14th.
Yeah.
All right,
and
let's talk
it's
about
not Marafa that is buying form, it's individual aspirants.
Okay.
So one person is individual aspirant. So one person cannot buy form on behalf of all aspirants.
Of course,
yes.
Of course.
Of course, we do.
And Marafa did not contest. I don't think he contested for any political office in Zamfara State Congress.
Well, you plan to contest for presidency come 2023. Why do you want to be president? And what are your chances? I mean, with the APC, your party, deciding to zone all the northern held positions to the south, meaning that including the position of the president?
No. You see, we are only talking of political party positions now, just like the PDP. If you recall, they zoned their chairmanship to the north, and they said the presidential position is open to all Nigerians. You cannot zone presidential position as far as politics is concerned, because politics are governed by a constitution, and the Constitution of Nigeria specifically states that all Nigerians, irrespective of their tribe, religion, and section, are free to contest for any position, elected position. But party, yes, if you want to form a political structure, the party can say, okay, they can sit down and say, we have consensus, we are going to zone our party positions. Okay. But they are not talking about...
Why do you want to be
you're making us understand,
Yeah.
the other way, because from what El Rufai said, we were thinking that all the northern sides, this
it's not
okay,
see,
that's by the way.
Well, why I want to be president? You see, I was in the civil service. I rose to the position of permanent secretary, and I joined politics in 1998 and was elected as governor for 2 terms, and I became a senator for 12 years. And in the civil service, I worked up to CBN, National Electoral Parliament, and so many other agencies. At least I've been able to know what the problems of Nigeria are.
What are they?
And as far as I'm concerned, I have seen 2 major problems.
Okay.
Poverty and illiteracy. You can see that poverty has gone so deep into the system. So many people go to Zamfara, go to Lagos, go to Maiduguri, go to Enugu. You find youth running around having nothing to do. Why? Because they are not gainfully employed. Education system, you cannot say anything about it, because the Constitution has guaranteed free education, free and compulsory education to every Nigerian child. This is not attainable because the system is not geared towards achieving that objective. So I believe that if somebody who has acquired knowledge through the system, I've been in the university, I have master's degree in economics, and I've worked in the civil service to the position of permanent secretary, and I've been in government as a governor, and I've also been in the National Assembly. I believe that with this experience, I have something that I can do, which I have done in my state, in terms of agriculture, education, robust policies that can change the system.
Right.
For example,
What
in the
place-
Western
what
world.
place will Sharia have
Let me drop this
in your
for him. Let me drop
presidency?
this for him.
Yeah.
I was
Better than
surprised you didn't mention, you mentioned illiteracy and
Poverty.
I was surprised you didn't mention unity and security. Now, because, you know,
These are all side effects of
poverty
Yes.
and illiteracy. Because I was going to ask
poverty can lead you to do anything. All these criminals that are taking arms to go into the bush to snatch people and hide them and ask for ransom is because they are looking for
No, but
something
what
to
of
eat.
unity? Because some parts of the nation are crying out that they're marginalized, you know, and that the president who is from your party,
Yeah.
you know, seem to have favored a particular side of the nation while neglecting the other side of the nation. I mean, that's their claim because they didn't vote for
you
him.
see, in politics, look at America, United States of America. George Bush Sr. was president.
Yeah,
His two sons were governors of Texas and Florida.
that's true.
So it's not about where you come from. It's about efficiency, performance. If the president identified certain group of people or individuals to be capable of undertaking certain assignments, I think he will employ them. It is not, you see, in politics, it is also people who participated in the system. You cannot have an APC government recruiting or employing somebody from the PDP or AFGA to serve them because they may not share same interest. So the issue of marginalization does not come in here. If somebody wants to participate in politics, he has to come out. Those people who are crying cannot even contest in their polling units. They can go for councillor and they will not even win election. So it's not about crying. You see, democracy is about number. It's about people.
That's true.
Right.
So anybody who wants to contest should come up with policies and programs that he has to offer to the nation. And then people will look at those policies and programs and vote for him. So president cannot
What place
be...
will Sharia have under your administration? You did promote Sharia when you were governor in Zamfara.
You see, people don't
In 30
understand
seconds, if
even
you
the
can.
concept of Sharia. They don't know what is Sharia. There is always Sharia in Nigeria. Before the independence, after the independence, the Constitution of Nigeria has Sharia in it. And there is even the Chief Justice of Nigeria today rose from the Sharia court, lower Sharia court, to become the Chief Justice of Nigeria. So Sharia is not an issue. It is just a simple practice of Islam. Every Muslim practices Sharia. So when I announced I was going to implement Sharia in Zamfara, it is just trying to make sure that the system that is there in the Constitution is given the legal effect through this judicial system, through the National State Assembly.
Okay.
And so it is not a system, something new that I brought. But the who's and cries at least achieve certain things, because before me, when there is crisis in Zango and Katab in Kaduna State or in Plateau, some Christians will say we don't want Sharia, the Muslims will say we want Sharia. But today, from the program you just shown now, the Christian wing of Women Association of Nigeria, Christian Association of Nigeria, Women Wing, have said everything about Sharia in Zamfara has nothing to do with them.
Okay. All right, we'll have to leave it there. Senator Ahmad Yerima, first civilian governor of Zamfara State. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Yeah.